Hello everyone, this is Matthew Frailey with BreakpointTrades.com. First off, happy Easter weekend. I'm actually recording this video Friday night, March 29th. I'm going to be going out of town early in the morning, but I wanted to put out just a quick video. Anyway, as you can see via this slide, this primarily I'm going to be focusing on silver in this video. As you know, we cover basically everything in our newsletters, but I just want to point out silver. Eventually, silver is going to make a substantial move. It has been forming this 4-year coil pattern, and as if you know about technical analysis, coil patterns are also called coiled springs. Basically, energy builds, and when they finally break from the pattern, you typically have a substantial move. I mean, again, a lot of these other commodities have been moving substantially. Obviously, there's a lot of focus on Bitcoin, which I think is eventually going to go to 100,000. But silver, just like silver and gold, they're going to have their day. All right. And, just to give you an example, again, a lot of these commodities are just absolutely crazy. Here's coca, parabolic move. Here is DBA, that is the agriculture ETF. I highlighted this as a bullish cup and handle back in January, and that has played out substantially. So if you think inflation is tamed when you're seeing all these moves in commodities, think again. Again, this is Matthew Frailey with BreakpointTrades.com. As I've stated before, I founded this website way back in 2003, almost 20 years ago, to provide advanced technical analysis, market commentary, trade ideas, and advanced mechanical trading algorithms, such as our 21 SPY and ES mean reversion systems, which, by the way, one of these took a short last week, and also home to the KISS systems, the famous KISS systems. You can still check them out for free by going to Systems, KISS, STS tables, and you can take advantage of these. Look at these awesome gains here on the KISS system. So our system went long on Coinbase back on February 8th. It is up 86.5%. Just to give an example, here's where the system went long right here. It's the unique thing about the KISS system. It takes its entry, it sets a smart trailing stop. We call them smart trailing stops instead of just trailing stops. Your risk is defined. It then moves that stop up over time, keeping it wide enough not to be hit by noise, but keeping it in that trend. And you can see it's caught that trend nicely. Again, trades up about 86.5%. And you can see it also caught a nice trade back here from November to early January. Here's an example on NVIDIA. The system went long on January 24th, and that trades up 81.4%. Okay. Again, check us out on BreakpointTrades.com. Go to the systems section. Amazing stuff. Again, at Breakpoint, we put out 5 detailed newsletters a week, and we cover the major indexes, commodities, precious metals, cryptocurrencies, and we give you actionable trade ideas. And of course, we give you our mechanical system trade alerts. All right, so back to this quick video. So here's a monthly chart of silver. Okay, this is showing it back to 2010. And again, you can see that's back early 2011 is when silver topped out conveniently right up there around $50. If you know your history, the Hunt brothers back in I think it was the late 70s, they cornered the silver market and it went up to $50. Well, so that's basically the second test, but it took a long time to go back to that. Anyway, since then, it went into a bear market, formed a long-term base from 2015 to early 2020. And since that time, it's been forming this very obvious coil pattern. Energy is building here. The nice thing about these coil patterns, when you finally break from them, it's generally a powerful move. Again, this is a monthly chart, so each candlestick is 1 month. And again, it may not break out now. It may not break it until later this year. But the point is, you want to keep an eye on silver. All right. I know silver isn't sexy. Bitcoin and all that stuff is the sexy thing. But guys, a lot of gold bugs, precious metals nuts, converted to crypto nuts. But I'm telling you, this group is going to have its day. All right. Everything else is, right? All these asset prices have been going up like crazy. But anyway, Once this breaks out, I'm expecting a substantial move. Here's a measured move based on the height of the coil from the breakout area whenever it breaks out. Again, I think when it finally breaks out of here, it's going to go back to the upper 40s and likely test that 50 area again. So once this breaks out, you'll be able to buy this for a major swing trade that you can hold, not just for a couple days, but I'd say maybe up to a year or two. Okay. Tradable ETFs are SLV and AGQ. Those are my favorites. AGQ is the 2-time leveraged ETF. Next, here's a weekly view of silver. So you can see this ascending triangle type pattern that's forming. Triangle patterns in technical analysis are 5 waves. So the way I have this labeled, A, B, C, D, E. So under this count, this would be the bullish count that wave E is in, and eventually this is going to bust out of this pattern nicely. Here's the daily chart of silver. You can see, again, basically the same pattern on the weekly, but on the daily. Again, still got a ways to go to break out, but I do like this area. Okay, so that's primary focus here. Now let's just discuss a few other things. As far as the gold, the precious metal mining stocks, remember our BPGDM system gave a great trade back in late February. Remember, I highlighted this on a previous YouTube video. This is a mechanical system. The bullish percent gold miners index, it's based on the number of stocks in GDX that are in point and figure buy signals. It's based on a normalized to 100 because it goes from 0 to 100. But with this Renko chart set to a 1 box size, you have these amazing buy and sell signals. You could see, again, it's not perfect, nothing is. There's a whipsaw, but these have been excellent buy and sell signals. All right, you had an excellent buy signal again in late February, and it's still only about halfway up here. Still a long way to go to get overbought. Excellent sell signal back here, buy signal back here last fall, sell signal last December. Again, excellent system. I provided a link to this so that you can use it on your own. And moving to gold, just briefly, here's gold. As you know, gold broke out of that resistance and has been moving up nicely. Here's gold on the monthly, which I've shown for a long time, this potential bullish cup and handle. The very bullish view on gold, guys, is that we're now starting this wave 3. If you know anything about Elliott wave, your wave 3s are your strongest moves. They're your trending moves, okay? So again, you had a cup and handle like pattern here. If you want to look at Elliott wave 1, 2, 3, this was the big 4th wave correction, and we're now possibly in this wave 3 pattern, which, again, if this is the correct count, I could see gold eventually going up to $3,000. Next, here's the daily chart of gold. Again, we had an excellent breakout from this little channel pattern and back in basically beginning of March. You had confirmations on the GDX-GLD ratio trend line break and the RSI trend line break. Now, we do have a little divergence here on the RSI, and that does concern me a little bit. This can also be blown away, especially if this continues to extend. As far as the mining stocks, here's GDX. That's the popular one. It's the gold miners ETF. Anyway, we had an excellent buy signal back here on the first day of March on that channel break. GDX found support in that demand zone. You also had confirmations on the trend line breaks on the RSI and the ratio. Again, they had a nice move up, consolidated into the 200-day moving average, and is rallying again. Next, here's the weekly view of GDX. So back in February, it was at the bottom of this weekly coil pattern. It's rallied up, and now it's starting to break through this coil. Again, this could go quite a long ways, guys. The mining stocks have really underperformed relative to gold longer term, so they could have a long way to catch up. Next, here's a very bullish view of GDX. This is a 2-hour chart, but basically under this count, you had a wave 1 or A up back here in December. That correction, which was quite deep, was a wave 2 or B, and now this is going up in a wave 3 or C. At minimum, I'd expect at least to move up to this previous high. But if this is a wave 3 up, then this could go up substantially. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to point out this. Again, I hope everyone has an excellent Easter. I hope you all have plans with your families, etc. Anyway, here's a funny image. Since these days all the talk is about NVIDIA and AI, all the AI taking over everything, I actually use AI to generate a lot of the images for my thumbnails because they're not copyright. So this image here shows the Easter Bunny in front of Wall Street in a suit. And so I generated that. I basically asked midstream, I said, imagine the Easter Bunny in front of Wall Street, and this is what it made. Kind of funny. All right, guys, again, thank you for all your support. Have a wonderful Easter, and I'll see you next week. Take care.